Hello children, welcome back to our class. We are continuing our same chapter, that is chapter 10, Walls Tell Stories. Okay, the last class we studied about the wall, that an important great wall that is known as the forts and the Golconda forts that we are discussing through this chapter. And here what are the features of the important features of the Golconda fort that we are studying. Okay, the last class we studied about what do you mean by the bastions, birch, that all we studied, and what are the things inside the fort and who all are living inside the fort, that we have studied. Now here we are going to learn about how the water, how they are getting the water, what was done for their water. So what arrangement they gave for water, that we are discussing in this chapter. Now we are discussing that portion, and the page number is 94. Okay, so arrangement of water, what type of arrangement they made, and this particular it's a Golconda fort had been constructed by, we know that, Qutb Shah Shahi Sultans. So they made a very and great efficient water supply arrangement. They have a very efficient water supply arrangement was there in the fort. Okay, so here arrangement of water, how they are getting the water, this be mainly through the bullocks. They mainly depend upon the wells. Now how the water is taken out from the well, for that they are using bullock carts and also the Persian wheel. Okay, they were using the bullock carts and also the Persian wheel. Okay, so the bullocks, they moved the drum, which is in turn moved the tooth and wheel, and then water is lifted from the well. Okay, here is the bullock cart. This bullock cart is here the bullock cart is attached with a drum, and the drum, which is in turn, which is again it is turning to a toothed wheel, is here. Okay, this is the wheel and this is inside portion. Inside part this is the wheel, and that meaning this is the Persian wheel. Okay, and when this wheel is turning, it go down and taking the water. Look, taking the water, and that is lifting the water upwards. So in the way they are taken their water from the well. Okay, so the bullocks, by using bullocks, they lifted the water from the well, and for that they used the Persian wheel. So this is known as the Persian wheel. So this is known as the Persian wheel. So how they taken water out? First one, they mainly depend water for well. The main water sources is well, and also they depend upon rainwater. They had a very storage for keeping the rainwater. So main important one, the most important water source they depended is well. So from the well, now how they took the water? Through bullocks. Bullocks are moved on a drum, which in turn move the tooth and wheel. That is, this is the tooth and wheel, and then water is lifted from when this tooth and wheel is turning around, the water is lifting up. Okay, likewise the water is lifting up, and in the way this water and through the pipes, this water is taken to different parts of the fort, including the palaces. Okay, so through this technique, they are taken water from the well, and through pipes the water is carried towards to different parts of the fort and also to the palace. Okay, so this is the main important water arrangement that had in this Golconda court. Okay, even today they were using the certain kind of pipes. Now we are using the plastic type of pipes, is it PVC plastic pipe, but that time they used a different kind of pipe, that is known as clay pipes. Okay, that pipe is known as clay pipes. So these are the clay pipes. Okay, so they use these clay pipes towards to the wall. You can see inside the wall also they fix the wall. Look at here, these all are these kind of clay pipes. The clay pipes are fixed inside the wall, and through the wall the water is carried towards different parts of the area. And there also they had a water storage area. This is the water storage, rain waters are almost storing at this area. and they have a very good fountain. Fountains are also there, but here the major important feature of the fountain is that this water is using for fountain, but the water here, the fountain is on the rooftop. We normally seeing the fountains are always on the land area, but here it is on the top of the fort. Okay, so here the important features, mainly the pipes they are using for carrying the water. The pipes are clay pipes, using clay the pipes are making, and also 8 massive wells were used for carrying out the water. 8 very big wells were there, that they are the suppliers of the water through this fort. 8 very big well, and that well have their own language, they have a name that is known as Bavoli. The 8 wells are known as Bavolis, and there is an important feature that only we can see found in the Golconda Fort, that is the rooftop fountain. Here the rooftop fountain. So from the well the water is taken out using bullock carts and Persian wheel, and through the clay pipes the water is carried towards to the fountain and also the different parts of the fort. Okay, so this is the arrangement of the water in the fort. Now the next one, the next topic is that at that time there were no, for example, if we want to communicate, then how the people were done, how the people communicated through. For example, if the king want to say some an important announcement or give an order, then how the people who lives in the local area, how they are getting information. For that they have an important technology, like a particular tunnel was there. That tunnel is known as the Fateh Darwaza, that is, this is the Fateh Darwaza. If somebody is standing here at the top of the Fateh Darwaza, if somebody is standing here and called out, then those people who are in the lower area, the ground floor, they can able to hear what that person is telling from the top of the floor. So through the tunnel the voice is passing and it is getting towards to the lower people. Okay, so this area is known as Mahrab, it's a tunnel, and this door it's known as Fateh Darwaza. From through this Fateh Darwaza, the kings and the local people, they are getting, the kings are communicating. Kings are using communication done through the communication through this Fateh Darwaza. Okay, if someone called out loudly from the top of the Fateh Darwaza, the people down in the palace could hear it clearly. If an important announcement a king sultan want to give, then somebody should be stand here, that a particular person was there and they stand here at the place and they will loudly called out what the sultan's order. So normal people who are living, which all parts if they are living, that the lower part, that area, the people can hear it clearly. So this is an important technique they used for passing their messages. So that is known as the Fateh Darwaza. Okay, now next we are moving towards, that is a group of people who are visiting the Golconda Fort. Through our chapter we can see that group of children who are visiting throughout this fort and they are giving information. By conversation they are talking each other, from their conversation only we came to all understand this. But how they got the information? Because of the archaeologists. The archaeologists are a group of persons who are studying about the past things like history, some remains for broken walls, is there may be broken pieces of pots, plates, king's coins, then also king's jewelers. That all they are studying, and we came to understand that how long it was or how many years passed this. So that all we came to understand through the archaeologist. Okay, so through going through this chapter, we came to understand all about the Golconda Fort. Okay, the first we gone from the feature. The first feature was not it is the bastion, and towards we are moving to arrange how the water is getting and what arrangement they made for the water, that we completed. Now the next is moving on to the next topic is, that is the museum. Okay, so after visiting the Golconda Fort, that group of children, now they are going to visiting another important area, that is the museum. where all these things that we archaeologists found out that they were keeping it. Okay, they are the place where all the things are kept. All the old things are kept under this museum by the archaeologists, okay, or by the historians. Okay, so history meaning it is studying about the past. The people who are studying about the past is known as history, and that people, they are lots of things they found out from the fort and also some other places. They are keeping in a particular area that is known as a museum. Have you ever visited the museum? Yes, normally pill. So here is, we have here one Tevara near our school. We have one museum like folk museum is here. Is it? So likewise, different kinds of museums are there. So one of an important museum that is in Hyderabad. After visiting the Golconda Fort, the people are moving towards to now the Salarjung Museum. That is the name of the Hyderabad museum. It is known as Salarjung Museum. So in this museum, they gone through with lots of things. Okay, like here the king's jewelry. Kings meaning the sultan's jewelry, what the ornaments, what are the ornaments, what kind of ornaments the kings used. And here this is the earthen pots. Sultan and the local people were using this kind of the local earthen pots. Then these are the coins, Golconda, and from the Golconda Fort, Qutb Shahi Sultans, they were using this kind of coins. And this is the bronze pots. Bronze pot. Then here this is the blue color pot. It is made up with a ceramic. It is a ceramic pots, and it is sword that is used by the sultans. And the statues, we can see how the sultans statues, the soldier statues, that all we can see in the museum. What are the things used by the old people, right? Like the sultan or the kings, what they had, what are the things they used, like pots is there, then sword, jewelries, coins. Then we can, from this statue we came to understand that how the soldiers' dress looked like. Okay, so all these we came to understand from this museum. So museum is a place where old things are kept. These things are studied by the archaeologists or historians. Okay, so these things are studied by the archaeologists, and they excavated, they're digging the earth and they're getting lots of things, and they closely studied, cleaned it, washed, then they are keeping in the museum. Maybe this now we can see that it's all good color, but this is, look at this, the earth, this part is broken. So some broken pieces may also can be kept in the museum. Okay, so this is known as museum. So the museum meaning where the old things are kept. Old things meaning not our own old things, what the early people what they done, what they used, that things are kept in the museum. Now if we want, we can also make our own museum. Okay, how? In Kerala, in Malappuram, one teacher was there. Her name is Rajini teacher. She lives in Malappuram. She and her students, they made their own museum. They collected different types of the broken umbrellas, slippers, pots, plates, okay, and all the things, and they kept it in the school for as a museum. And lots of other students and also from neighboring school teachers, students, they also came and they visited how their museum looked like. So you can also make your own museum. So what are the things you can use? You can use the old things like umbrella, then walking sticks, if it is available you can use, then locks, keys and locks, then pot or plates, then broken, if it is broken plate, or if it is not also broken, we are not using certain kind of plates when the things are going on. So that kind of things also you can keep it for your museum. In the way we can also make our own museum. Okay children, so try that in your home. Now the next part in our chapter, page number 98, there is a picture, that is a painting which is almost 500 years old one painting is there. In that painting it shows that how the Agra fort is constructing, how the people are working there for construction, how these very huge stones they are taken towards to the top of the wall, how they what are the things they are using, and who all are working, only men is working or only women is working, that all depicted in this picture. Okay, so that is in the page number 98. So this is only about the chapter. So in the chapter, through this school children, we came to know that walls tell stories. Okay, walls tell stories, meaning how the great walls that they are telling about their story, like we studied here Golconda Fort and their features. Okay children, thank you.